Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic the defined activities. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam or PMP in near future. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, defined activities is basically a process involved in the project schedule management. It is one of the process in the schedule management. Friend, defined activities is basically means that whenever we are starting initiating any project, we have to identify the activities which involve in the completion of a project. So that means we have to basically drill down, we have to break down the project into smaller pieces so that we can estimate it, and what are the tasks involved in it so that we can in detail we can review it. So basically it is the part of planning phase and involves breaking down the work packages created during the earlier defined scope process into a detailed list of activities. These activities serve as the foundation for developing the project schedule. So whenever we talk about project schedule, basically we are talking about the time duration of a project, that how much time is required to complete a project. For example, a project is starting in the month of December and we are saying that it must have to complete it within 5 months. So basically schedule tells you that how much time is required to complete a project, what are the activities involved in it, what are the dependencies of activities on each other, and who is responsible for completion of which activity. So first thing is the review scope baseline. In this step, basically friend, we examine the project scope statement. Scope statement defines the things which are included in the scope document which are we are going to deliver, and also it tells you that what the things which are not part of the scope. Next is the work breakdown structure, WBS, to understand the detailed components of the project, ensure that all scope elements are adequately defined and understood. So first thing is the scope baseline. Scope baselines means that whenever we are basically defining the activities, we must have to know that what is the scope, what we are going to deliver, and what is the work breakdown structure, WBS. Next is the basically friend, determine the activity types. Activity types means that we must have to identify that whether it is a task, it is a milestone, or it is a group of related tasks, and determine if any activities are dependent on others or if they can be performed concurrently as well. So first we have to review the scope baseline. Baseline means that we have to measure the measurement for purpose. Then we have to determine the activity types for defined activities. Next is the identify activity components. Activity components means that work packages is the smaller unit in the work breakdown structure which can be estimated, and break down the work package into smaller, more manageable activities. Define the specific steps and tasks required to complete each activity. So basically friend, when we are decomposing the work packages into smaller and more manageable activities, basically we are trying to use the concept of divide and conquer rule. We are dividing the work packages into more smaller pieces so that we can manage it properly or appropriately. Then document the activity attributes means that capture the essential information for each activity, such as activity name, description, ID, activity owner, and any relevant notes. Note any constraints or assumptions associated with each activity. So that means first we have to identify the activities, then we have to basically give some name, description, and ID as well so that we can track it properly. After that we have to sequence the activities. Sequence the activities means that we have to identify the order in which activities needs to be performed. Let me give you an example here. For example, first we have to do the planning, then we have to do the development, then we have to do the testing, and then we have to do the deployment. So this is the sequence of activities. Okay, so if we have not completed the planning, we cannot start the software development. If we haven't yet completed the testing, we cannot do the production deployment. So this is basically the concept of sequence of activities. There are mainly 4 types of dependencies are there: finish to start, start to start, finish to finish, and a start to finish. Next is the estimate activity resources. That means you have to identify that how many resources are required to complete any particular activity. Resource means that here the human resources, any hardware, material, equipment. So we must have to identify and also develop resource calendars and availability schedules as well. Estimate the activity duration. In this process we have to identify that how much time is needed to complete each activity. Consider factors like resource capabilities, dependencies, constraints, and historical information as well. Then friend, after that we have to develop the schedule network. Schedule network means you can use the different diagramming method like PDM, precedence diagramming method, or the arrow diagramming method, ADM as well. It depends on you that which basically suitable for you. This is an example of the precedence diagramming method, in which you can see this is the start point, then activity A, C, and finish. Also you can do from start A, D, E, finish, and then you can do start B, D, E, and finish. So this is basically a precedence diagramming method. Then next is the define milestones. We have to identify the milestones in the project. Milestones are basically any remarkable achievement in the project. For example, the completion of software development, completion of quality assurance, completion, obtaining the user acceptance sign off, deployment of release on production. So all these are the milestones, which are basically a 0-day activity, but basically it tells you any remarkable achievement in the project. Then review and validate. Validate the list of activities with relevant stakeholders to ensure completeness and accuracy. Address any feedback or concerns and make necessary adjustment wherever it is necessary. When you basically make the activities, get it approved and get it reviewed with the stakeholders. Stakeholders can be, for example, from the customer side, from the project management side, and get their feedback, and whatever the problems are there, issues are there, whatever the feedbacks are there, you must have to address it properly. Then obtain the approval. Obtain the approval means that present the defined activities to key stakeholders for their approval. Ensure that there is alignment and agreement on the scope of work and the sequence of activities as well. Then friend, normally we use some official letters or sign off documents to get it signed off from the stakeholders that these are the activities which are required and there is no changes is required. So friend, basically the output of the defined activities process is a comprehensive list of detailed activities along with their attributes, dependencies, resource requirements, and duration estimates. This information forms the basis for creating the project schedule in subsequent process such as sequence activities and developer schedule. Properly defining activities contributes to a more accurate and realistic project schedule, facilitating effective project execution and control. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching.